is this? I said, I'm about to have some finance bro type of guy that's like some a-hole. Welcome to...
Man, that's going on. Let me scoot over to you.
I was scared to do this, as he knows.
The kiss or whatever, like, I don't... That's the first time I actually was stunned. I'm like, huh? Because I didn't...
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Vanna's Corner. We finally have my boyfriend on the show. Oh my gosh. Studio audience. I need to get that. This is like a big deal for me because I was scared to do this, as he knows. And he's wanted to film content together for a while.
I thought it would be a good idea.
Yeah, because we both, that's like our passion on the side. Well, Malik has a lot of passions, but I guess you could say that's one of them. You're kind of passionate about the content creator.
Yeah, I do content myself. You know?
Yeah, he does do content himself. I'll tag his. Okay, so what we really are talking about today is how we met.
So you want to go first, or do you? I think you should go first, just so we can.
Okay, so we actually met on the dating app Tinder. I know, shocker. Every time I say that to people, they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, Tinder. It's not as bad as everybody like makes it seem. Yeah. And I was not going on there looking for what most people be looking for on that.
The stereotypes of what people on Tinder are looking for.
Yeah. So don't be over here judging. Okay, that was not what was happening. I don't know. I was just kind of like, in my single era, and I said, let me try this out, because I'm like, people are, they say dating apps are cool. I've heard a lot of interesting stories. I've heard horror stories, but I've also heard, that it's good, and you could possibly find, a nice person on there. So I was kind of really just on there winging it. Really wasn't anything serious. What were you on there doing, babe?
Interestingly enough, I think for me, right, at the time, I wasn't, well, I communicated that with you. I think I wasn't really on the app. I was pretty much like, a friend told me, you should, get on Tinder here, like, and basically, yeah, that's how I ended up on Tinder. And I guess during that time, I saw Savannah. I was like, wow, like, who's this beautiful girl? Let me click like and send a message, right? And I always thought that one of, the things I love about her is her smile, and I think I messaged you that your smile was contagious, which it is,
Look at you with the good memory. His memory's not that great. So
yeah, so I think when I texted that, I wanted to see where it went. And then from there, I guess at the time, I think she was on vacation.
Yes. No, we gotta rewind. Okay. You did message me real cute little chat conversation about the smile. That was how it started. And then we just kind of started talking about like random stuff. But it was good. We clicked. But somebody ghosted me for like 2 weeks. Let's not forget that part, okay?
It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional.
It was
but
not intentional.
Yeah, he didn't like chat with me for like 2 weeks, and I was kind of like, that hurts, because I did think he was cool. But I was obviously talking to other people still at that time, and dating and stuff. So it was kind of like, he's cool. I guess see what happens. Oh yeah, because I told you that, like, I usually, when that would happen, like if the conversation would stop with somebody, I just get rid of the conversation or delete them or something. But something about the conversation with him, I didn't do that, which was very interesting, because I always do that. Like at that time, I was kind of just like, there's other people to talk to. But something about our conversation, I didn't want to delete the messages or get rid of it, or however we used to do on Tinder. So yeah, then 2 weeks later, he finally, I guess, decided that, he remembered me.
I'm always gonna remember you, but yeah.
I mean, you can speak for yourself, because I don't know what was happening behind the scenes.
So during that time, there was a lot of things going on during that time, and I wasn't really looking. And I had this conversation with you at the time. I wasn't really invested into going into a relationship at that time. But as time, went on, I thought to myself, I was reading our conversation that we had, and then that's when you went to Jamaica, right? And then after that, I just thought, why not reach out? Like, the conversation was good. What happened here? So I text you back. We pretty much rekindled, and then that's how.
Yeah, it immediately kind of went into the date. Yeah. It was literally like it was 2 weeks, and then I was like, I'm in Jamaica right now. I was literally like packing when we were speaking. And then I was like, I think it was Valentine's Day.
I think so.
Or the day before. Was it Valentine's Day when we had our date? No, it wasn't. It was the day
before.
after.
Yes.
It was the day after.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th. That we met up, because I remember you were like, oh, I don't even remember it's Valentine's Day when we were planning the date, and I was like, oh, this is great. But yeah, I remember you said that, and then we met up for smoothies, because I had this whole thing that when I was on the dating apps, that just because I have my own stories, and that's a whole nother episode it could be, but I had this thing that if I was feeling uncomfortable, or if I was feeling like I didn't want, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there was dates sometimes that it was like kind of like I want this date to end immediately. So I didn't want to do dinner with the people that I was dating. I always said it was smoothie or coffee.
Yeah.
Because that's a quick exit. And then if the guy doesn't want to pay, then it's fine. I could just pay $5 for smoothie and keep it pushing.
And I think honestly that's a good way to kind of gauge where the conversation and the relationship going forward would look like. But I like that idea, because it's not expensive. It's you're really having a casual conversation. You're building that connection with that person. So yeah.
I'm smart like that.
I see.
But yeah, that happened, and then we had our first date. Yeah, it was February 15th, and I remember walking in, and I was like, oh wow, he's way cuter than the photos, and he was already fine as could be in the photos, don't get me wrong here, but I was like, oh wow. Like, when I stepped in, I was like, oh wow, like, this person is very good looking.
She gassing me.
I'm not gassing him. I walked in like, damn. I'm like, okay, now I'm a little bit nervous, because I was already nervous, but it was just kind of like, oh, okay, it is what it is. But then going in, I was like, oh, okay. Now I have to really be on my A game. But I remember, this is my thing that I say, that I always make fun of him for, that I did not like when I first walked in. He was on the phone. So I was handling business. He was handling business.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the heck is this? I said, I'm about to have some finance bro type of guy that's like some a-hole. I'm like, he's going to not pay attention to me on the day. This is just going to go left quickly. And boy, did you surprise me.
Yeah. It was very interesting, because when I first walked in, right, I was already on the phone. So I was already invested in the conversation. I really couldn't hang up. But after I went in there, I was like, all right, because work related stuff. So I was like, all right, I got to go. I'm on a date. And my friend, funny enough, he's like, well, you have fun now. So I was like, yeah. And then I had went to go get a smoothie, right? Because normally what I do is I'll be like, oh, do you want something like,
You're always like that. Yeah. But I didn't know you yet.
Yeah. So I didn't know if she wanted a smoothie or not. So I kind of just walked up and got a smoothie. And then I sat down from there.
And I was like, I think that was another thing. I was like, damn, he running out of strikes right now. I was like, he on the phone. He didn't get the smoothie. I'm like, this gonna go left. This gonna go left quickly. But it really did turn around. The minute we sat down, I think I was kind of like, you were very engaged. The minute you got off the phone and finished the conversation, it was like, okay, now like he's into the date. He's in this moment. And then we just started talking, and it didn't stop.
I think, the conversation was great. I think we spoke about, our core values, right?
Which is interesting, because I don't usually, I wasn't usually speaking about things like that, I think, on a first date either. I think it was very surface level. So that told me good things too with you.
Yeah. And the conversation, it didn't seem dry. It didn't seem boring. Like most conversations, like it's not going to lead anywhere. But with her, especially, like the conversation just, like she kept piggybacking off, my conversation and her conversation. And I'm like, wow, this person is really genuine. And I do see, like, I would like to see how the next date would go, so.
Yeah, because then you asked, we didn't have each other's numbers yet.
Yeah.
I remember.
And before I left, I was like, I need your number.
You did?
I was like, I need your number. And
but you asked so politely. You were kind of like, can I have your number? Or something like that. You said it was very polite. Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you did say that. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you got my number. Like, the conversation is great. You're fine. Yes, please. Can we? And it's so interesting because I remember, I always tell this to you, that the date ended and I was all giddy walking to the car, so happy. I literally called my sister immediately, and was like, this one. I said something about him is not like the other dates. I'm like, this one right here, I think might take me back off the market again. I thought I was gonna be single girl living.
And fellas, that I did. You know, that I did.
He definitely did. He wasn't playing no games. Yeah, it was really me. I was just kind of like, obviously scared to love again, and I was like, oh, he's gonna break my heart. He's just so fine. I don't know how this is gonna go. It's too good to be true. Because our first date was good, and our second date was really good.
Yes.
Went to the movies. Then the third date went really well. That was pool.
We went to pool, and I think the third date was really like the stepping stone towards the next stage into our relationship. I think when we had those conversations, and we were playing pool too. I think she did beat me though. You did beat me,
I did, and you taught me because I didn't even know how to play.
Yeah. So, but just the conversation, she just really like the vibe was there with her for sure. And I think, as time passed on, we sat down, we ate a little bit, we played the pool thing, and then it was just it was really memorable. I'll never forget that day because and I think that was the first day where I don't know if the kiss or whatever, like I don't
Oh my gosh. This was so funny. I don't know who I think I am, straight out of rom-com. I don't know. I'm very ballsy when I want to be. And I remember I was like, so you're not gonna kiss me? I think I said that flat out just like that. So you're not gonna kiss me?
And I'm looking around. I'm looking for the audience. I'm like, wait, what's? I'm like, huh? I'm like, it really did throw me off.
So
like,
confused.
I was like, huh? Because I'm thinking, I'm like, I didn't want to invade her personal space.
You were very respectful.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not looking for that yet. Like I'm not looking for those things. So, and I want to appreciate the moments that we have. So, I'm like, wow. I'm like, she is right. I should have kissed her, but
It felt like it was right because I felt like the date was so perfect. It was literally out of a movie. Like, I was like, he told me how to play pool. I never played pool before. I never done a date like that was activity based like that. And I told him I wasn't really into that type of stuff before, but I really loved it with him. I don't know, maybe the way he taught me, it was fun. We really connected. And yeah, I was just kind of like, this is the perfect ending to the movie. Like, why the hell are we not kissing right now? Like, and he was so cute and like modest about it. Like, he just looked so confused. And I asked him like, we not gonna kiss? Like, what's going on?
That was the first time I think that was the first time I actually was stunned. I'm like, huh? Because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that she wanted that from me, And
I don't know why.
Yeah, well, yeah. But
we had great dates back to back.
But I'm thinking, I'm like, I want to take my time. I want to.
And I wasn't used to that though, because I feel like my first. I remember I always tell you the story about the first date I had back out of my relationship with the guy that was kissing my hair. Whole nother story. And that was very interesting. But I was like, I was so fresh to the dating scene because I had gotten in a relationship when I was young. So I had never dated like an adult. So I'm thinking this is normal. I'm like, maybe this is what people do now. Like, I'm assuming by like second date, they're kissing. Like, I don't know. If they like each other, I'm thinking, this is like what's happening. Like, not saying that was what I was doing on every day, y'all. That was not what was happening. But
definitely not.
I thought that it was like a normal thing, and we really liked each other. At least I felt.
No,
I really liked
I
him.
really did like you. I really did like you. Yeah.
So I was like, what's going on? Like, obviously we're physically attracted to each other. I don't know what's happening. But he made up for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yes.
Next day.
But temptation is a very big aspect, and it's important, especially in the early stages, to keep that dormant, because a lot of the times it could be misleading. So, I think that's why when I felt right, but I wanted to give you more time to kind of. Really show like, okay, she really do like me. She really do feel me.
Especially like the second date. It was just kind of like we were literally speaking for hours. I remember it was almost midnight and we didn't even realize the time.
Yeah.
We were just chatting.
I'm like, wow. And I'm like, I don't want this to end. Like, I don't want the conversation to end. We had such a good time. And, we didn't even eat our food.
We didn't. Oh my gosh. We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't even eat our food the entire time. I'm like, wow, like I can just talk to her all day, every day. Like, she's a very unique individual. So, yeah, I found that interesting as well, too. Yeah.
My heart. Like talking about this is just so like thinking about it and reliving the moments is just really. It was beautiful. It is still beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, that's what's happened. He finally kissed me on the 4th day. We had gelato.
Yes. And that really made me kind of like really appreciate her more as time went on. Like, you know, I was going through a lot that day. And, you know, she, you know, just having that conversation and she asked me what was on my mind. And I'm like, really, like this could be, you know, someone I could see myself with for the rest of my life. So during that time, I was like, wow. So I'm like, yeah, I leaned in, I kissed her. It was great, of course, you know. But yeah, I think, great. Yeah, but I think that moment kind of solidified how I looked at her going forward, you know. So, yeah.
It was definitely a sweet moment. And then it just kept going great from there. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I don't even know what dates we were on, but like the dates were just every time. It was good. Like, I don't know. I'm very blessed. Every time the date was just great. Like I felt we connected more and more every time. It was just beautiful. And then we started, I guess, having more serious conversations as the months went by. Well, not even. By the 3rd month, he was ready to wife me up.
Yeah. And I said, look, this is exactly what I told her. And y'all got to take notes, fella. Right? I said, look, I was like, Savannah, you are going to be mine.
Yep.
Right? That's exactly what I said. You are going to be mine. And look, she's mine. You know? And, yeah. You know, I'm just thankful and grateful to have the opportunity to be in a space, you know, and have that conversation and building that foundation with her. So I think, yeah, it's just, you know, it's very special. And, you know, when you have something like that, especially when it's early on in the stages like that, you got to go for it, you know?
Yeah. So I guess this is the more fun part of our little segment here. So we're just going to play a swipe left and right game, but for pop culture moments, because y'all know I love some pop culture. Yes, so we're going to make it fun and do like, I guess, big moments so far in 2025. And we're going to swipe left if the moment we didn't really care for, and we're going to swipe right if we did like the moment. That works?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so the first moment we're going to go with is Beyonce winning Album of the Year at the Grammys. Y'all know I'm a swipe right.
I would say swipe right, because I think it's well deserved, especially for someone as big as Beyonce, you know?
I agree. She's a freaking icon.
Yes,
So the next moment is for all my Kendrick Lamar Drake fans. This one is Kendrick Lamar winning the most Grammys of anyone on that night of the Grammys this year. I'm gonna say swipe right because that moment was for the culture and I thought it was amazing. So
I think I'm a swipe right because I think for Kendrick, right, because he broke barriers, especially during that time, and he kind of brought light back into hip hop rap, especially like with the rap beef and especially things like that in particular. But yeah, I'll swipe right. I think Kendrick definitely killed it that year, especially it was this year, right?
Yeah, it was half like last year, partially this year. He ate Drake up. I'm
like,
so sorry.
Yeah, like not like doing the dance. I'm like, oh gosh, like when is this gonna end?
Yeah,
you know?
It wasn't ending. Yeah, it's still on tour actually. I think Kendrick and SZA are still on tour. So, and I think he's coming to Australia now. So yeah. Y'all still gonna be getting Not Like Us, period though. Okay, the next moment, I don't know if you know much about this. This is like, so Katy Perry hate has been like very prominent lately. I don't know what's going on. It seems like, I think she was having problems with her tour, a bunch of stuff like that. And a lot of people were bashing her for going to space. The whole space voyage with Lauren Sanchez, Gayle King, and some other people. So, yeah. I feel like I'm going to say swipe left because I don't like hate on anyone. I don't think it's necessary. Even celebrity, they're like regular people. So I don't agree with any type of hate. So I definitely think that's a swipe left. And Katy has been an iconic part of pop culture. California Girls, Teenage Dream. Yeah, pop icon, Hot and Cold. Right? Yeah, Hot and Cold. That girl has hits for days. So,
and I think for Katy Perry, I don't understand what the hate is about going to space, but I
think it's like saving the Earth and stuff like that. It's just
she's more on that.
It's kind of like rich people just wasting time going to space and like we can literally take this money and save.
Gayle King looked very disappointed. Yes. I don't know why. Her face was so.
She looked like not happy at all.
But yeah, I'm gonna swipe left on that one.
Yeah, we're not for the hate. Okay, next moment, the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni legal drama. I don't know if you know about this too, but
I'm not familiar with.
Okay, this is all I constantly hear all day. with where I work, but it ends with us. So basically, there was like, she was claiming, I think, that there was harassment from his side, but the movie was filmed about domestic violence, and I never seen the movie. It was a book, but it's just been this drama, which is now kind of leading to Blake Lively's almost downfall, I guess you could say. But there's a lot of things being said with it, like, is it like a PR scheme? Are people trying to work against her? Like, what's going on there? So it's almost like Blake Lively's downfall as well, but it's also like bad videos resurfacing of her. Like, there was like a blackface video. It was just bad things. So
off that alone, I gotta swipe left.
Yeah, that's giving me swiping left, because it's just it's a bad situation.
I don't really know the initial, the legal issues or whatever that's going on that's pertaining to the drama, but I think for that, I don't know about it, so I would definitely swipe left.
Yeah, the blackface alone, we swipe left.
Yeah,
sorry, no.
It's kind of crazy.
Very much. So the next one I'm going to say is a Remy Ma and Papoose going back and forth with their legal issues. This one I didn't see for Black Love. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it happening. I'm kind of confused in what's exactly still going on. I don't know what's happening with that. It's just bad looks.
Some like a relationship like that, especially when it lasts so long, right? And Remy Ma and Papoose holding it down for each other for it to lead to whatever it's going on now. I think it's a battle rapper. They're having legal issues now. The kids are involved. There's so many things that could be avoided. I think it was best for them to just keep it off the internet, right? And really just have that conversation between the two. And I think I just feel bad for both parties, Papoose, Papoose, he's been there for her, I know, right. They had their issues, but he's been there, like, she's been locked up for a while. He was there for her, and he was a solid individual. Behind closed door, we don't know what's going on, but from what I know, from what I see, it looks like he was a solid individual. Same thing for Remy Ma. She was there for her family. But
it sucks. I hate to see
it. It sucks that it comes to an end, especially like that. We was rooting for y'all. Like,
we was rooting for that Black
one of the last ones. It's Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Like,
facts.
That's the only thing we waiting on now. Like,
and we don't want that. We don't want that.
But and then now you got Savannah and
I believe Black Love, okay, and we gonna prosper, okay,
every time
in Jesus' name, amen. But okay, yeah. So so we gonna swipe left or right on that moment. We care for that.
I think it's an important moment for everyone, because this shows that you still have to work on the relationship, regardless if it's long or not. I think it's important to really just learn. So I'm gonna swipe right on that one, only because I only wish the best for them too. So I think So I'll swipe right. I think it should have been brought to our attention, because that way it can help establish a stronger relationship. So
I'll definitely swipe right as well. I agree. I feel like there's ins and outs of marriage, and marriage isn't a pretty thing. It's not always a pretty thing, and it's about how you work through those tough moments. And sometimes it's best just to leave it off social media.
I think I agree.
My last big pop culture moment, I'm going to say, because Malik did not get to watch the show with me, even though I told him it was a really good show, is Paradise. Everybody knows Sterling K. Brown show on Hulu. Many people I know have watched it. That show is so freaking good. If you have not seen it, please go watch it on Hulu right now. The second season, I think, just got approved. Or it got approved, I think, a while back in February. Malik hasn't seen it, so this one I guess is really for me. I'm swiping right, okay? I'm ready for the show to come back.
I'll watch it with her. Trust me.
We're gonna play it back for him so he can see the second season. That's another thing. He's great with that. He's always watching shows, so he be watching Love Island and stuff when I need him to. But he's great. So what do you want to tell the people? What advice are you gonna get to them? I guess new couples. We have been together for 11 months now, by now, in a day. 11 months in a day we've been together. So
I think tips. I think the first tip, right, is be truthful. I think being truthful at the very first stage of talking, have the intention of, if that's something you want, if something it's something you don't want, I think you have to make it clear in the very beginning. I think that's one tip that I can give the audience.
I feel like we're always very honest and communicative. I'm always bad with that word. We communicate very well with each other. That's one thing that like we don't. I don't want to say we don't argue. I mean, we argue like any other couple, but I feel like it doesn't happen a lot because when we do, we talk about it and try not to go to bed mad. That's really just a key thing. But I will say, speaking for the girlies, don't let your past affect your future. That is my biggest thing. And Malik has been very patient with me, with making sure I don't let it affect our future, because he is a completely different individual. And when you have a new partner, you can't rest your trauma, whether that is a past relationship, what you've dealt with growing up, friendships, just things that traumatized you. You don't want to bring that into a new relationship. And if so, just be patient with your partner and try to work with them if that is something that, you know, you want. So, yeah. That's
and, you know, one thing that women do deserve, well, for both sides, is, you know, romanticize your partner. You know, and I think being romantic is a very...
He's good in that department.
I think you have to be romantic. Only that helps the love for each other grow, like very strong. You know, especially when it comes from a place of, you know, from your heart. Like, you know, it's something as simple as, you know, being funny. Like, you could put a macaroni picture for your girlfriend, but just it's the thought that counts. You get what I'm saying?
It's always the thought.
It's the little things that count.
But
yeah, I think that's another tip that I can give.
Yeah. We can make a whole nother episode on that, honestly.
I think
so too.
I think that would be nice, you know?
Well, that's what we got for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed meeting Malik, my boyfriend.
Thank you guys so much, and please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
You know, and she deserves it. She's a hardworking woman, but she's gonna continue to grow and continue to give you guys great content. Thank you guys so much.
Do you see why I'm with him? So supportive.
I love you, baby.
I love you more, Pumpkin. Thank you for doing this.
Baby.